So do you. You like that? Welcome back, viewers. It's James Kalm, your half-assed reporter, the guy on the bike. And it's a Friday afternoon, and we are in Tribeca. And I'm finally getting a chance to come back into Canada and check out a show that I've been dying to get in to look at for months. Special shout out to our viewers in Bali, New Zealand, and of course our longtime viewers in Manchester. Well, okay. The show that I've been trying to get in here and take a look at. Hello. Well, it hasn't been months, but it has been about a month. The gallery has been closed. I'll splice in some footage of the front of Canada when they had the plywood up. There were mostly peaceful demonstrations, and hundreds of New York businesses downtown had their ground floor windows and doors covered with plywood for 2 or 3 months. Check out my video, Plywood City. Well, we'll sneak in here to the office space and take a look at this one. Yeah, so this is a beauty. I was looking at this through the windows when I would come by in the evenings. This is titled She 2017, oil acrylic watercolor paper, cloth, colored pencil, pastel on canvas, 60 by 42 inches. And, well, I've been looking at Joan Snyder's work ever since I got to New York back in the late 70s. And I think Joan might have been in Barbara Rose's Painting of the 80s show. But I think that one of the things that has attracted me is that although Joan has been grouped with many different movements, kind of the return to painting after minimalism and conceptualism and all the kind of nihilist isms, she was making paintings. Also, there's a certain part of this that was kind of decorative. This is titled Black Lake 2019. Oil acrylic, burlap, paper mache, leaves, herbs on canvas. Oh, I like that. So I think she was also kind of an ancillary part of feminist art, and there was a crossover between feminism and decorative painting. But Joan always had kind of a ruggeder, scrappier, more materialistic bend than a lot of those other artists. This piece is titled "The Summer Becomes a Room," 2018. Okay, one of the things I like about Joan's work is that, well, I sometimes talk about painting as like cooking, and there was a kind of a cuisine, and well, Joan has got a wide menu of ingredients that she uses. So, yeah, her list of materials: oil, acrylic, herbs. Hello. Is pretty interesting, and she doesn't just throw them around. She really has a specific need or a focus for these various materials. Okay, this is titled "Inner Green," 2019. 50 by 72 inches. Okay, this motif of the kind of raised three-dimensional inner framing structure is something that she uses quite often. I was talking about her mixing and matching and kind of coming up with these recipes of things. And one of the other beautiful parts of that is the various kinds of surfaces that she gets, going from almost bare linen to layers of resin and glazes and varnish that might be, I don't know, 8-9 layers thick, and then pairing that with the chunky actual physical properties of like these dried flowers and the burlap. Field marks. This is 30 by 96. So that's 2.5 by 8 feet. Well, I think I covered one of Joan's shows at Betty Cunningham that she did. Boy, this has got to be 10 or 12 years ago. And I was thinking that, boy, she's even juiced up her intensity of her colors since then. And some of these blocks of bright color are just gorgeous, verging on the electric. I think this piece also is a wonderful chance to see Joan's wonderful sense of contrast. You know, it's like a great jazz line. Sometimes the silence is just as important as the part where you're playing your trumpet. Okay. Okay, we gotta get our selfies in here. This is Anatomy of a Summer Painting. Oil and acrylic, paper mache, burlap paper on 132 by 128. I would also say that there's a kind of a relationship between some of the way that Joan lays out her compositions and another great Joan Mitchell, one of the 9th Street ladies. Joan was probably a generation younger. Well, I was talking about her wide diversity of materials and things that she's using, and well, in one of the first paintings we saw, she had a bunch of glitter and stuff on there. And well, I think Chris Martin has been using glitter for 8 or 10 years, really getting carried away with it for the last 3 or 4 years. I think Joan has been playing with those kinds of things for 30 years. It's titled In Woodstock. This is a great chance to see the variations on the paint surfaces. We have the raw linen, straight squirt or smudge of oil paint. We've got this, I guess that's paper mache, maybe modeling paste mixed with it. And she's got glaze and things laid over that. Got gold glitter or maybe even gold leaf stuck in there. We've got sunflowers, other kinds of things, the burlap. And if I'm not mistaken, I think when Joan is in the city, she lives in Brooklyn, somewhere near Prospect Park. It's titled Hor Vacui. Oil, acrylic, herbs, paper, cloth on linen, 54 by 54. And, oh gosh, I like that little squash squib of cobalt blue. Joan is kind of a blessed saint of painting in Brooklyn. I know I've been to some panel discussions at Michael David Gallery where she was there. She's very sweet, kind of restrained. She's got a little piece of velvet there, a little velvet crescent. You know, I was thinking that a lot of her pieces are dealing with landscape and gardens and nature and things. But I think also hidden in some of these are references to the body, particularly maybe the female body. Inner green, 50 by 72. We go from the dry to the shiny to the matte, the drippy, the glazed. Thinking maybe one of the reasons that, and this is where she varies from Joan Mitchell, one of the reasons that maybe she doesn't work huge, is that if you look at a lot of these paintings there, you can see some of them are painted, parts of them are painted horizontally, other parts she lays them on the floor on the table and pours and drips. And well, unless you've got a team of 3 or 4 people and you're working large, you have to keep your canvases a manageable size. It's a beautiful triptych, Weeping Cherry Trees and Thee. Here we get a chance to see more of her glitter. And I'm not sure whether I just didn't see them or she hasn't had a show in New York in 3 or 4 years, maybe. Anyway, she's had a career that, well, as I said, when I came to New York in the late 70s, she was part of a kind of a cresting re-emergence of painters, and also some feminist art and decorative art. And then, other movements came along, Neo-Geo, post-conceptualism. Brooklyn, New York. And, well, she kept painting. I like her little handprint in there. And, well, even though she wasn't maybe on the cover of magazines the way she had been, or getting the attention the way she had been in the early 80s with Neo-Expressionism and the reemergence of painting, she kept working, and people kept paying attention. And I would say that, like some other more mature women artists, she started to get a lot more attention in the last 4 or 5 years. So when you're someone that has been painting as long as Joan has, and you've seen the ups and downs and the ins and outs of the art world and the attention the critics pay to you, when you start to get a second or third rediscovery, you realize, gosh, it doesn't make sense to hold back. I'd better put it out there, and I don't have to be subtle or restrained or careful. I'm just going to show what my stuff is, and kind of, I got no reason to be afraid anymore. Gosh, I think some of these large, drippy passages puts me in mind of some of the late Cy Twombly. This has been James Kalm reporting on Joan Snyder here at Canada on Lispenard Street. You can like this, subscribe, recommend it to your friends, post it to your social media sites, and you can leave your thoughts, ideas, comments, criticisms, and reviews below. We just ask you to say thank you, Kate. Thank you. That was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you.